Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on episode 18 of Someone Fix This. We're almost on the 20 bomb, almost on the 20 bomb.
20
And
episodes,
the last one was
Nice.
with my mother, and it got a lot of likes. So I think it's because mother had a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
But we're back.
It's
We're
moms.
back to the regular, and we want to kind of keep talking about hot topic things.
Yeah.
And right now, the hottest one on the news and TV is ICE. ICE, baby. ICE
Gosh.
everywhere. And are you for them? And are you against them? And what do you believe? And if you're with ICE, then you're the worst person in the world. And if you're against ICE, you're the worst person in the world. I don't know. It's whatever, everybody has their own opinions on especially what they see on television, and not necessarily maybe statistics and ideas and thoughts and seeing things in its entirety. So I will start off with just a very quick question. So the first thing is what happened recently.
Okay.
Which somebody was shot and they are no longer
killed
by an ICE agent. I think many people have seen the video that's gone around, and the protesting and everything like that. So I guess I should say, before we kind of dive into that specific thing, because ICE has been around for a while, what do you think of ICE, and how should Christians go about seeing this on the news, and who do you support and things like that?
Well, I mean, I've said it before so many times when we watch the news, whether you're a Fox person, a CNN person, whatever you are, is that, we get into this heightened emotional state. And I've always said, you've heard me say it before on our podcast, when emotions run high, reasoning runs low.
Yeah, it's out the window.
And we get emotional, and then your reasoning is out the window.
You do that with sports.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's sports.
Yeah, we do that with sports, and we do it with all kinds of things. But to answer your question, I mean, as a Christ follower, we are to follow the laws of the land, whatever they are. And I just wanted to read and define so people understand, because there's people out there that may or may not know what the acronym, the ICE, stands for,
what
ICE.
And
we just call it ICE. And it is the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Department. So it's Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So it's a department that was created, and I'll talk about it later, by Homeland Security. And so if they are a legal, official, legal federal agency, much like the FBI, like if an FBI agent said, "Hey, I need to talk to you," you're probably, if it's FBI, you're like, "Oh crap." I mean, it's like the IRS,
some business,
which is completely different. But the FBI, if they were to stop us, we would say they have legal right. Somewhere along the line, not even from a Christian standpoint, we've come to a conclusion they have no authority, no right. They have no authority to do anything. And as a Christ follower, we are to follow the laws of the land and the authority, those that are put in authority,
which is
us.
Biblical,
right? Which is
Jesus
biblical.
literally said these things, right?
Period.
So
I mean, it doesn't mean you can't picket, that you can't, do things and stand, and you just can't be riotous and doing riots and being crazy, that kind of and whether you're a Christian or not. Can you imagine throwing a snowball, hitting an FBI agent in the head? It's under the same. It's under the same category. Throwing a brick at an FBI agent's car. You just wouldn't do that. But we'll talk about it. But we've gotten under a whole lot of different thoughts of what we think about the agency itself.
So there was somebody, I wrote this down. I thought this was kind of good. So somebody was asking me, I guess they weren't asking me, they were telling me that
there's a difference.
Yeah, that all the ICE agents, for the most part, they're all just a bunch of white guys. Right. They're just a bunch of white guys, and they're out to get you.
Right.
And I was like, that's interesting. But before I was going to comment, I was like, let's look it up, because I need to know. We need to know statistics.
Then just assume.
Instead of just assuming, because honestly, I was like, he's probably right. Like, there's probably are a lot. I mean, because majority is white. But upon doing some research, it's actually 50% of custom border agents, are Hispanic. 50% of them.
50% are Hispanic.
Yeah. And 30% of the actual agents themselves are Hispanic. So
Wow.
it's not just white guys.
So Border Patrol and agents. 50% Border Patrol.
And 30%.
30%.
So I thought that was a very an interesting statistic.
So facts are important.
It's not. It's very important to look this up and really kind of dig and find it. And I didn't find this on a Republican website, just so you know. It's very statistically accurate. And as of right now, ICE has arrested over 605,000 individuals. It's actually topped that now. But out of the over 605,000, 70% have already had criminal charges or convictions. Along with what they were doing
here.
Yes.
Illegally.
So they've arrested these individuals. There's over a 70% chance that the people that they're going to obviously be going after are some illegal people coming over and people that have already been convicted. They've had criminal charges. So they're kind of on the watch list a little bit of things. And you're not talking about they're pickpocketing candy. It's like rapists,
kicking a dog.
It's like some serious stuff. Like it's not good stuff. So I just thought that was very, very interesting. Honestly, I try to keep an open mind when I go into it because when you see certain things and you read certain things, you see, well, somebody just got shot. They got shot in the head. You go, my first thing was, why did this have to happen? What caused all of this? Because I don't want to be like, we got somebody, like
we're just out getting people
and
for no reason.
There was Republicans and they were shouting, well, she was a lesbian, so good.
No,
and I'm like, man, I mean, cool. Just the hate coming from that. And I'm going,
both parties,
keep
both sides.
Keep me out of that. I'm like, I don't want anyone getting shot in the head.
Yeah. Ever.
But it kind of leads into what caused this, situation. Is there anything that you wanted to say on your before we dive into that? Or?
Yeah. Well, to help understand what we need to understand. So there might be the question: Is ICE or ICE agents, are they the same as local police? Well, the answer is no, because the local police, they are governed by a city and a local government, locally, a state, a city, and they manage things like traffic control, theft, assault. That's what they do. So are the ICE agents much like the police? No, because they're local, city, state, and ran by that part of the government. But the ICE is a federal agency that was hired by the government, federal agency, that actually, they work under federal government, apprehending undocumented immigrants, right? They're they've broken a law.
Right.
It's the local police picks you up for speeding. They're allowed to do that.
Correct.
If you are someone who is undocumented and you're not from this country, they're allowed to carry that out, along with other crimes that might be related to that, like you said, sexual crimes, any kind of crime that someone who is not documented committing crimes, along with the undocumentation of them being able to be here. Yeah. Much like you and I, it's really simple. This isn't hard. It is black and white. It's not complicated. I am not allowed to leave this country and go in another one without a passport.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. And I was just telling Mom, and it's not even just that. I was saying, we've always, just being like biblical people, we've always wanted to go to Israel. And my number one spot is, I always want to go to Saudi Arabia. That's just like a place I'd love to go where I die, but I probably never will. But the reason why I want to go there is supposedly, there's very much facts that that's where Moses did all of this. There's things that have happened there, and there's these archaeological finds, and you can go see them. The crazy thing is, because everybody says, well, America's the worst and we're not accepting. I have to Google, is it safe? I have to Google.
Right.
Is it safe for a white American to go to Saudi Arabia? And like the forums, stuff is like, not right now, because they just don't like you. It's not even that I'm illegal.
Well, that's mean.
And I'm going, what? And people are going, I'm telling you what, if you go down the wrong area, blah, blah, you'll just die. They don't like you.
But yet America's
so
back.
I'm reading this, I'm going, okay, we can't go to Saudi Arabia right now.
Count that one out.
Count that one out and say, Israel can be a little sketch, a lot of time with war and stuff, but I really wanted to go to Saudi. So I looked up Saudi Arabia, and it was for a white male, it's not safe for you to come here. Ooh. And that's not even me being, I'm not being illegal going in. I'd be, okay, I got my paperwork, but
no, you got to.
Already going.
But do you really want to be there?
But I'm going, all right, I don't want to go. I don't want to go there. So I just think it's interesting that people will be
because not ICE agents there are going to get you.
They're not going to get me.
Random I'm just talking about random people
that they just don't even want me, and they just want to kill me. And I'm going, okay, so maybe I'll check back in the forums
so
a couple
the U.S. really is a pretty good place to live.
As you think. As living where I'm on forums and they're going, don't come, they'll kill you, and I'm going, okay, So yeah, what else was?
The other, and again, to understand, where did people keep saying, get rid of these, the ICE agents, go away, the whole thing, get rid of it. Well, we've got to understand, it was formed in 2003. And that's when it was created or started. But it actually was started by Homeland Security. And or that was in 2002. Homeland Security created this department in this agency because of 9/11 that happened in 2001.
I didn't know
so if you wonder, where did the ICE come from?
Where was this?
Right. And it goes back to customs, them carrying this out. Where did it come from? Why? Because we had buildings blown up, thousands of people were killed, or I don't know how many, but at the end of the day, people were up in arms about that. So our government, the powers that be at that time, said, look, Homeland Security said, we've got to develop some safety boundaries so this doesn't happen again. For people to infiltrate this country that are illegal aliens, it's not right. We need to set up boundaries. So they created this agency. And now that whoever the president is creating and saying, we're going to let them do their job now, people are absolutely upset about it. And it's the same thing to me. If you lived on a street where you had kids playing, you're in a neighborhood and the speed limit's 25. There are people that are driving there that are going 55 every day. And finally, the cops start coming, setting up a traffic control thing and getting people that are speeding in your neighborhood so your kids don't get killed.
Right.
Would you be upset about it?
Yeah.
Get those cops out of here. I want those cars to go 55. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, it is that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, we get so crazy. I mean, on another rampant issue, so I'm watching TV and it's as crazy as this. I'm watching the government. There's a gentleman that asks a lady, I believe is either a doctor or whatever. I saw it, and it's a simple question is, can a man have a baby? And she could not answer
couldn't do it.
The stinking question.
Yeah, dance around it.
Oh, I can't take it.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
They and a lot of people that could, and I've seen ICE things that don't, I'm like, they probably shouldn't have done, whatever.
Oh, right. That's a whole nother
situation.
Right.
I'm not, and an example, because everybody was saying, it's very racist, right? They're going after Somalians and black people, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, they wouldn't go after you, Mac, because you're white and privileged and da, da, da. And I thought to myself, what's interesting is, and this is just my opinion. I live on a 3rd-story apartment. If I got a knock on the door, maybe they banged the door down. I don't know. ICE comes in and they grab me and they're like, we believe there's a white man in this complex of these 3 stories. And he's raping and he's killing, blah, blah, blah. We don't know if you did it, but I have to detain you,
cool.
Blah, blah, blah.
Cool.
It's 2 a.m. I'm like, I'm half naked. I got my sheets on. I got Gatorade. And I'm like, what? I mean, I'd be terrified. And I think it's wrong. I don't think they should have done that. But once they told me this information, they said, it might be you. I'm thinking to myself, well, I know it's not me. I'm good because, but you're
just doing your job.
They're still going to have to do my papers. I'm going to go down to the cops and they're going to throw me in the car. And I'd be just thinking to myself, this is a nightmare, but I know that I'm safe because I haven't done anything. And I want them, if he's in my apartment complex, and they know he's in the 3 floors, I'm like, whatever white dude it is, get him, get him. I know it's not me and you might do whatever, but it's just the way it is. I mean, you have to abide by these rules, even if it sucks and you're innocent.
Right.
It really does, because those are the rules.
Right. And it's all profiling, stereotyping, da-da-da. And I get all of that. And I know, me being a white guy, I understand that. I mean, I do, that There are people that are going to be looked at, but that is part of humanity, whether we like it or not. There are people that don't like me because I'm white. I'm okay with that. Deal with it. And there's things that happen. I absolutely understand that. Or, you know, they've already prejudged. He's got silver hair. He doesn't know technology. He's an idiot. Or so be it. But I'm not going to get all upset about it. I understand that we stereotype and profile people as much as we don't like to do that. Let me just tell you this. If we knew that there was a serial killer in Columbus, Ohio, and it was a midget, sorry if you're a midget, but you're probably going to get looked at, bro, including from me. If I knew, hey, look out. You know, it's a lion, not a cat. I'm looking out for lions. That's attacking people. It's a pit bull, not a miniature schnauzer. I'm looking at pit. Just saying. Human nature, common sense. Now, I mean, you know, weren't you stopped one time?
So
like
we'll continue on the journey here, but I have to tell this story because I think it kind of ties in. I was either 16 or 17. I had my license and I had a Honda Civic. Now this is going to date me because nobody has these cars anymore, but I was kind of like Paul Walker. I had a black Honda Civic, a big old exhaust. I had green, like, what is that? A green decal that goes all the way across the car. There's green neon lights.
Oh, you had the neons.
Had the neons underneath it. There's big old subwoofers in the trunk, just thumping, playing Chameleonaire and Ludacris. And it's like 2 a.m. And I'm leaving a friend's house. And we were really into a video game called Halo. And we decided to play it into the wee hours of the night, like 2 a.m. And we had pizza, we had Mountain Dew. There's no alcohol involved. There's just
pizza
nothing.
And Mountain Dew.
Pizza and Mountain Dew. Dude. It was a wild time.
Crazy mix.
And we get done. Again, it's like 2 a.m. I leave, and since I'm a kid, I don't care. I got my neons on. I got the music blaring, and you're driving. So naturally, you realize, wow, a cop probably sees that, and they go,
"Oh, what
is going on at 2 a.m. where this dude is driving?" And I was driving, and I made a right, and I didn't stay in the closest lane.
That was because of the Mountain Dew.
But it was because of the Mountain Dew,
probably.
And I was going like 30 miles an hour, so it's definitely I was going under the speed limit. And sure enough, just my luck, and I'm thinking, you've got to be kidding me, because there's other cars that are driving by, and they're these ghetto old rusted cars, and they ain't getting pulled over. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I pull over. I abide by the rules. The guy comes out. It's your typical Barney Fife. He's the worst. He's the worst cop. And he just thinks I'm some.
Wait a minute. So you're stereotyping cops.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
All right.
I'm stereotyping him because he's being mean to me.
Sometimes you got to laugh.
You do. He's being mean, and he's, young man, where you he thinks he's got me hook, line, sinker.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm some drunk.
You're drunk, smoking dope.
Where did you come
Doritos.
from? Where did you come from? What have you been doing all night? And I'm like, well, I've been playing Halo. It's a video game. I did have a large amount of Mountain Dew and pizza. I'm not going to lie. Of course, he doesn't believe me. He thinks I'm being smart.
Right.
And he's just not having any of it. And he goes, I need you to step out of the car, and we're going to do the line walk thing. And I need you to do a breathalyzer test. I'm innocent. I haven't drank anything. I have an option right now because I was kind of profiled. Yeah, I did. Everybody doesn't stay in the closest lane to a stop.
Out late.
I haven't. I'm out late. I had an
Funky
option.
car.
I had an option.
You're a punk.
I can abide by. Yeah, I'm a punk kid.
Yep.
I could abide by the rule, or I could be like, I'm rolling my window up. I'm calling whomever.
Taking off, or
I'm
scared
off because I'm innocent.
I'm scared. This guy might hurt me.
I don't deserve this. He could hurt me because he was very intimidating. I'm 16 years old, and he's looking in the car. You're doing this, and I'm thinking, what do you look like? There's an Xbox and a TV in the back of the computer.
Did you steal it?
The car? Yeah, maybe I stole it. Yeah. So I did. I abided by the rules. I walked a wonderfully straight line. And I did the breathalyzer, and it was 0, whatever, 0, and I'm like, dude, I told you, man.
It came up Mountain Dew.
And so, I mean, he was almost mad that this, he thought he had you. He thought he had me, and I think he let me off because he wanted more of that, and it was just that, hey, okay, well, you know what, you be safe, and yada, yada. So all of that to say, I had the option to just absolutely, because I'm in the right.
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah, you could have said, I'm not getting out of my car.
I'm not getting out of the car. I wasn't drinking, and I was right. I was right to do so. But there is authority, and I had to abide by it I hated it. I didn't like doing it. It was awkward, and there's other cars passing you by, and I'm thinking, I wonder if they're looking at me like, oh, that's Mac, and I'm thinking,
Right.
gosh, this is embarrassing, and I haven't done anything wrong, but I had to abide by the rules. And since I was able to abide by the rules, I went home that day.
You went home.
I went home,
Right.
and I went to bed, maybe mad,
Whether
angry,
it was right, wrong, or
and
indifferent.
I'm like, dude, I can't believe, man, I
Right.
should have gotten his badge
Right.
number. He
Yeah.
made me do all this. It's fine, and genuinely, now that I'm older, I think to myself, you know what? He was probably walking up to the car going, what am I getting into?
Yeah, am I going to get shot?
Like, is this dude is he drunk and he's about to
Yeah,
grab me?
he doesn't know who you
just
are.
don't know. I don't know who this kid is.
I would not want to
He's
be a
got
police
this
officer.
car. Who is this dude at 2 a.m? I'm
Right.
going, man, that's true.
By
that,
yourself, how scary is that for him?
Not that scary for him.
Think
so
about
I
the flip
understand.
side of
I'm
that.
going, oh man, I wouldn't want to. I don't want to do that. But again, it was just, I didn't want to abide by the rules. I didn't want to
Right.
because I knew that I was
Right.
right. But just because it means that I was right
Right.
doesn't mean
Right.
that I
Which
should have
which
flashed
leads me. This
out.
is a perfect segue into this.
Yeah.
I personally, just me, I personally believe that one of the huge issues that we have in the world, and especially in America, is the issue with authority.
We
And
don't like that.
when
We don't
I
like that.
read this is the definition of authority, just a piece of it. It says the power and right to give orders, make decisions, and enforce obedience. Right? So the power and right to give orders, make decisions, and enforce obedience. If you don't like that, then change laws.
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out. Get your head out of the space that you think that every police officer, policeman, policewoman, authority is trying to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the kind of thing that you have, that becomes our issue. One of the things, and the example is, and it is absolutely appalling that a person was shot and killed in their vehicle.
Of course, it's recorded live.
Because okay, listen, people, at the end of the day, whether someone's right or wrong, it's not going to bring her back.
Right.
And it's not going to change anything.
Right.
But the issue becomes, if I were to take my truck or my car right now where you live
Mm-hmm.
and go out on your main road, pull it across the road and sit there for whatever reason, and a policeman come up, said, gonna have to move your car. My suggestion would be, do it.
Just do as you're told.
Right, wrong, or indifferent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying she was wrong. I'm not saying the cop was wrong. All I'm saying is, here's where we've gotten to this position that doesn't help anybody with authority,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't help her come back.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sad. I'm going to equate it to this, and somebody might get upset about this. Young lady, she's 19, 20, she's 21 years old, legally can drink, goes to a bar, she's with some friends. She's out of town. They're on vacation. She gets drunk. She's just drunk, out of her mind drunk. Decides she's going to go home with this guy that she just met, tells her friends to leave.
Yeah.
She ends up, chopped up, put in a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely wrong. It's 100% wrong. But it never should happen. But it could have been eluded by decisions prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put yourself in a position just like you that night.
Mm-hmm.
You got out, followed the authority, and then nothing. You just went home.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, and again, I'm not saying somebody should be chopped up and put in a barrel. I mean, I just a
People
bazillion times
get mad at
wrong.
that 'cause they'll say,
Yeah,
well,
they're
you
going to
don't
get mad.
deserve that. You don't
Listen,
deserve that. Yeah.
she didn't deserve that.
Right.
You don't deserve that. But here's for all of us: don't put ourselves in a position to be in harm's way that could go wrong because of somebody else being crazy and making a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
it goes back
insane.
to your decisions, and people don't like obedience. You go,
Right.
should I be here?
Right.
Should I be doing this, or should I just go to work? Just go.
Right.
That's my thing for everything. Go to work.
Just
go to work.
just
You go to work.
You go to work.
You want to
do
go
your
out and
job.
get drunk? So I can't.
Yeah.
Gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yep, gotta go to
in the
work.
morning.
Just go to
You know what I
work.
mean? Go to
You know,
work.
you won't get a DUI.
You
You
gotta
won't
go to
hit
work.
and kill
I gotta go to work.
somebody. You might be off the road so somebody doesn't hit and kill you. Life is really random.
Yeah,
It's
go to
hard.
work.
Wow.
Yep.
It's crazy.
So, and kind of, I don't want to go too long or
Right.
whatever.
In closing, I guess.
Yeah, I guess in closing, with obedience, why do you think our generation has such a problem with obedience, because it didn't used to be like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, even in my generation when I was younger, obviously I got beat as a kid.
Right.
But
right.
you learn real quick, you know, obviously you go, okay, I shouldn't be doing this, you know. I mean, this is the authority. Now I'm doing maybe something I shouldn't, instead of just being like, no, too bad. You know, like I'm doing this for God, and you're going, okay, but this is illegal. And you go, oh well,
don't care.
You know, don't care.
I don't agree with it. I don't like it.
Is that a
you know,
is that a spirit of,
you know,
it's
what is that? You know, I don't
where
know.
Where's that
it's
coming from?
It's a great question. You know, we don't have enough time for it. There's so many layers, but I guess I'm just gonna grab the low hanging fruit. You know, from the beginning of time, Lucifer himself said, I want to be in charge. I want to be God. I want to be like you. Yeah. I want to be the man. This is what I'm going to do. And God said, no, you're not. Boom, snapped. And he's stricken from heaven.
There you have it. Yeah.
You know, and it started there. You know, it started with Adam and Eve, the whole disobedience. Don't do that. You can have anything. You've got perfect weather. Dude, we live in Ohio. Our weather sucks. Yeah. They were in the Garden of Eden. They had food. They didn't have to work. There was none of this. And all God said was just don't do this. And from the beginning of time, from Lucifer, Adam and Eve, something within us to now is that I just don't want to listen. And it's the spirit of that, you know, I want to be in charge. And here's what I found. When you think you're in charge of anything in your life, you're not. You're not. You know, that's when a person has to decide. And that's up to them. You can agree to disagree. You can disagree with me, and that's fine. But it was until that I came to the point where I realized that, you know what? There is a God. I'm not him. I'm tired of running my own life. It's better to run it by his the way that he wants it ran. I mean, you know, he's in charge.
Yeah. So in conclusion, for me ending this, if people are wondering, well, you know, we think, you know, the situation.
I think you might know.
Are you leaning? You might know where I'm leaning on that. But I do want to say that, like, when this happened, and I'm sure it's going to happen again, honestly. I don't know. Within the next couple years, I mean, I don't know. ICE is probably going to get more out of hand, and people are going to riot more. Like where I would stand on the particular situation that happened, I was upset, because I was like, man, I can't believe we got to this point. I can't believe that somebody, you know, pulled away, and whether that person wasn't hitting, you know, he wasn't, we weren't hitting when they were driving away. I don't know. But what I do know is it's like, we lost a life.
Right.
And over something that should have never have happened.
Right.
And I genuinely believe that she was in the wrong, and I think maybe even ICE was in the wrong, because at the end of the day, none of this could all have been avoided. You know what I mean? Don't
absolutely.
Don't put the officer in a position to do something,
because he's a human and he can make a bad decision.
And he can make a bad decision,
which ends your life.
And that's, you know, and that's exactly what happened. And I don't think she deserved to die, and I don't think. Even people, I'm not. No
one deserves to.
We're doing all of these protests, and I'm the only one that wants to protest. We shouldn't work 40 hours a week anymore. Nobody wants to get on board with that.
Hallelujah.
You know,
that's right.
So whether or not, you know, I'm not really into the whole protesting thing, but I don't think anyone deserves to die over protesting. Right. But it kind of ends with, you know, you put yourself in a position that you shouldn't be in. Like, a lot of other people are alive right now because they were at home.
Right. It's okay to protest.
It's okay. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Just
do it peacefully.
Can you do it?
Do it legally.
Kind of legally.
Because again, it goes back to what I said. Their authority, like the FBI, they're agents. They're federal agents.
Right.
You know. And here's the last thing I want to say, and I'm done. It's probably going to tick someone off. I'm just going to say it. Right.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. You don't like ICE agents, and you don't like the people that they're trying to get, that are murderers, sex offenders, bad people. Here's what I would say to you. The people that they're trying to catch, I say we don't catch them, but they come and they live with you.
Yeah, there's like whole TikToks.
How about that?
Where I say, hey, I'll tell you what, we have 3 of them.
We have 3 of them, and they can come and live with your daughter.
All you got to do is sign this paper, and they can come and live with you.
And they can come and live with you.
It's always the same thing.
In the same space with your daughter. That's what I thought.
All of a sudden, yeah. So
anyway,
I guess that's the end of that.
Please,
someone fix this, because it's getting crazy, and the world is getting crazy.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining us so much, and we'll see you next time.